Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another tutorial of object-oriented programming. I'm with you MD Shajadur Ahmed, and today we are going to discuss about polymorphism in object-oriented programming and Java. So let us begin. So first of all, we need to know what is polymorphism. So polymorphism is actually addition of two different words, first of poly and then morphis. So poly means many and morphis means form. So altogether polymorphism means many form. So polymorphism is an occurrence where an entity can have single name but many form, which act differently in different situation or different circumstances. That means a single entities can have same name but they can act differently in different place. Polymorphism can only be achieved through methods. So polymorphism actually, when we are going to implement polymorphism in Java, we can only implement it with the help of method. So real life example, human. So human is a single name, but when human is in a market, then human will act like a customer. But when human is in a classroom, then human will act like a student. So that means a single entity performing different role in different place. So that is what actually polymorphism is. So type of polymorphism, there are two type of polymorphism. One is compile time or static polymorphism, and another is runtime or dynamic polymorphism. So compile time or static polymorphism is actually executed or achieved by using method overloading and constructor overloading. On the other hand, runtime or dynamic polymorphism is actually achieved by using method overriding. So let us first of all discuss about compile time or static polymorphism. So we already know what is method overloading, but before we actually gonna discuss about static polymorphism, let us discuss about what is overloading once again. A class that have multiple methods by same name but different parameter, it is known as method overloading. So method overloading can be achieved by three different scenario or different circumstances. That is, the method with same name can have different number of parameters. The method with same name can have different data types. The method that have same name can have parameter with different syntax or different sequence actually. In Java, method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method. So we always have to make the same return type as we are doing overloading. So now compile time or static polymorphism. So you can see there is an example, a coding example. So there is a class which is class overload, and there is three method with same name, and the name is add. But you can see in the first add method there are two arguments or two parameters which is double type. In the same second add method there are three parameters which are int type, and in the third add method there are zero argument. So these are actually we can say method overload. This method actually overloading each other, and then from another class we are actually trying to access those methods. So we can done with by using actually or passing values. So when we are going to pass zero values, so it will be going to call the method with null argument, because the compiler will understand that if user is passing zero value, then it need to invoke this method. And when we are passing actually floating value or double value, then this method will be automatically invoked, because this method is having two parameter, that is actually double. And then the third one, so the third one is three parameters, so it will automatically call this one because there are three parameters. So this is actually called this is one kind of we can say polymorphism, because same name, but they are playing actually different role in different place. So in the example, there are three versions of add method. The compiler looks at the method signature and decide which method to call at the compile time. So that's why it is actually called compile time polymorphism. So now let's move forward. So before discuss about runtime polymorphism, let us describe about overloading. We already know what is overriding is. So if subclass provides the specific implementation of the method that has been provided by one of its parent class, it is known as method overriding. Only inherited method can be override. So if there are two class, one parent class and another child class, so if the child class inherit the parent class, then the parent class can execute or can access the method that has been declared in the parent class. In the same time, it need to be implemented in the child class. So that is actually called overriding. Some common restriction of method overriding. So these are the restriction when we actually going to do overriding. If the overridden method has default access, that means if the parent class have default access, then the overriding one must be default, protected or public. So there are three options actually. So but we cannot deviate these three. So the child class must use any of the three access modifier actually. If the overridden method is protected, then the overriding one must be protected or public. So if the parent method is using protected, then the child method should be protected or public. If the overridden method is public, then the overriding one must be public. So if the method that has been declared in the parent class is public, then the overriding on in this child class also the method should be declared with the access modifier public. So let us see an example. So runtime or dynamic polymorphism, you can see there a class which is person class, and there is a method in person class which is display information, and then there is another class which is teacher extend person. That means teacher is a child class and person is a parent class. Now when actually teacher going to declare a method with same name, it should be with same data return type and same number of argument, then we can say that it is overridden actually. So you can see there are same return type and a same number of argument. There is also zero argument, there is also zero argument. So now if we are going to test this from another class, so there is another feature of runtime polymorphism, that is a person class instant reference variable can create a object of its child class. So you can see that here we have created a object of the person class. At the same time, we have created a object of the child class with the help of the reference variable of parent class. So it is allowed in Java, that is a person class reference variable, a parent class reference variable can create object of its child class. So now if we have say more than 10 child or more than 10 classes that is actually overriding the method in the parent class, then we does not need to do over and over again. We can make it a loop, and then we can create object of all the child class. So that is how actually dynamic or runtime polymorphism work. You can see that actually person class is actually playing different role in different place, or actually creating object of different class in different place. So that is how actually dynamic polymorphism works. So polymorphism is a mechanism where a parent class reference variable can take many form. It can refer object from different class. So the parent class reference variable now actually taking many form. So that is actually runtime polymorphism. So this is an exercise. So after understanding all those concepts, what is polymorphism and what are the types of polymorphism, please try this too, or try this so that you can understand your actually learning level. So that's it from this slide. Hopefully you guys understand polymorphism altogether. Inshallah we'll meet in next lecture. So till then everyone, stay safe, stay home. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.